There's a nice little video of Mount Stromlo High School, but I've just got a question for Pete. I didn't know too much about education before I started working with Pete at Mount Stromlo, and I've learned so much about what the roles and responsibilities are for a principal that stems far beyond simply running a school. I remember having a conversation with Pete around what's his biggest stress in life, and he said to me, making sure they don't take my house off me for sending the school bankrupt. So Pete, I've got a question for you. Before you started, what made you decide to invest the time, invest the money and engage with leading teams? Why did you go down that path?
Yeah, thanks, Luke, and thank you. Before I get onto that question, I just want to say how blown away I am that I'm able to be up here. There's so many, I was at the Client Connect today. There's so many amazing teams out there just doing amazing things. I'm just so grateful, and thank you. My story and our story at Mount Stromlo High School starts well before I was at Stromlo. I'm really passionate about kids and improving student outcomes, but I'm also passionate about improvement in general, just continual improvement and building leaders. I found as a deputy principal at my previous school, was spending a lot of money on strategies to improve the mechanics of improving students, but just not getting anywhere. And that's where my previous life in sport and stuff like that, the dynamics drive the mechanics, and that's where I spoke to Tim, and Tim very generously gave a lot of his time during that time I was deputy principal to try to build the culture of that school, and I didn't have control of the purse strings. And Tim did it off his own bat, so and thank you for that, Tim. But so when I got to Stromlo High, I saw that I just observed for a while, and I actually interviewed every single staff member, and one of the things they said was that the exec team aren't aligned. They're just not a team, and it's really dragging us down. So it became very clear that I really needed to do something, and I was already sold on the leading teams models of empowerment, and so that's why I spoke to Tim, and he got me in, got it all started, and we are where we are now. It's been a great journey.
Has indeed. Hasn't all been smooth sailing though. We've had ups, we've had downs. What have been some moments there for you that have really resonated?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, and and this is where I really want to thank my executive team. I've got my deputy principal, Kim Smith, and Jordan Windley. He's the executive teacher of English. But my executive team really jumped on board. They were right behind it from the get-go. But we had some real ups and downs. Just the first few times when we're getting into that space of genuine conversations, there was a lot of tears. I'm sure there's a number of people in this room that have had some tears at some of the sessions, and we certainly had that as we really opened up, and that just showed that we really needed to get back to relationships first. So that was a big learning for us early on, that we needed to build those relationships. And then as we progressed through there, having, I suppose the next learning was the positivity over honesty. So getting to some really honest conversations. So, look, and that's just made us stronger. We knew there'd be bumps along the road. All change is, difficult at the start, messy in the middle, and beautiful at the end. And that was certainly the case for us. We're probably still in the messy stage as we keep trying to improve. But there's certainly been some other areas that have been difficult, but we've overcome them and kept getting bigger and better.
And finally, last question: where to from here? What does it look like moving forward?
Yeah, it was a couple of big things. First one is really getting that recruitment area right. What we found is that we haven't lost anyone in our executive team just going at level. So the people we've lost from our team have all been promoted, and we needed to make sure that we are building the leaders within our school. And funnily enough, Jordan is a good example of that. He's one of our real emerging leaders, and he was chosen on on his ability to model the behaviours that are so important to us in our executive team. High will and high skill. So, that's been a big thing for us. And speaking to some other principals today, the recruiting in that public system, public education, is not easy. And but we've really pushed hard to make sure that we are recruiting on character as well as competence. Really, really important. But then I suppose the big thing for us is to, as I said, to build leaders across the school, that lead without title. We've cascaded it down to the faculties. Still a lot of work to do there, but also we've actually got an emerging leaders group that we're starting to build as well. So really trying to build as many leaders as we can that have ownership, responsibility, and accountability for how we are going as a school, not just how they are going in their own classroom.